Okay, everyone. You know what they say. Third time's a charm. We've changed up a bit about how the tech is going to work for this run, and hopefully the audio is going to be perfect for you guys. So please, once again, put your hands together for the amazing, the man, the myth, the legend himself, CosmykTheDolfyn, playing Pac-Man Championship Edition DX plus time trials. Take it away, Cosmic.
I see yays in Twitch chat. There we go, everyone. Yes, we have Pac-Man, wonderful colors, wonderful keyboard colors, with, of course, wonderful mouse. We've had to change where my setup was, and then it seemed that the Restream server just did not want to work with the fact that I live in Ecuador. That's what you get for having runners that live in South America in your marathons, people. But yeah, let's go. It's time for some Pac-Man, playing fast. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And I do believe there is still the incentive, to donate to make me play the DLC levels. If you so desire. So yes, this is Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus. I am just going to be playing through all of the different time trial modes that this game has to offer. And we will just attempt to do that as quickly as possible. Because if we would do that slowly, it would not be a speedrun, right? We can almost call this a showcase in a way. It's not your traditional speedrun, I guess. I've had some dropped inputs going on. But yeah, we just want to play through all the time trials quickly. Time trials are generally difficult levels, which are not fun at all whenever you have some weird dropped inputs going on, but whatever. And the game speed increases pretty rapidly depending on how many ghosts you eat. You can see that we get a pretty long tail going behind us at different times. So in the speedrun here, or just ILs of these levels, I do want to balance getting eating ghost and just going through the level as normally as possible to have the game speed up at a high speed. This game is really built for practicing your ILs. You can set the ILs of a time challenge to game over if you do not achieve a PB. So yeah, if you want to farm down your best ILs, this game, it's just built very well to do that. This first level has went a little south for the planned route, but we have a game speed of 45, 46 out of 50. I've had to use a few bombs to get myself out of danger, but I still have bombs left over, just in case anything happens by the end of this. And I can just finish the level there. So 259.00, not great, but yeah, I'm not signed into Steam, thank you very much. And now on to Highway. So if you want to see the very bizarre DLC levels of this game as well, please donate. How are we on the incentive for the DLC?
Well, currently we are still $100 out from that incentive being met, but not to fear because we still have this entire run to get that incentive met. So make sure that you get those donations in. You know, there's 50 people watching it. Everyone donates $2. We can get them met instantly. So hit exclamation point and donate to get that incentive met and help a wonderful cause in the process.
I mean, come on, you want... I really... I've made this more difficult for myself, but come on, you want to donate to see me try to play with this flashy keyboard. Do you not? Is this not what you desire, chat? Are you not entertained? I mean, this entire marathon is entertaining, but are you not entertained by this? Please, donate, or I shall continually hold my keyboard like this until you send me more money. Or send the marathon more money. It's for charity. Please, don't make me hold the keyboard like this forever. This is a cry for help from all of you. Do it! Send money! Have we gotten any donations yet, Osborne?
Allow me to refresh here on the page. Unfortunately, we do not have any donations yet, but of course, I do want to remind everyone what we're raising money for so we can get more incentive to get donations in. Remember, LEADS is a substance use prevention organization that believes young people are capable of making good decisions. And the core reason LEAD exists is to significantly reduce drinking, drug use, and other risky behavior by youth while working simultaneously to eliminate the root causes of these issues in the future. Now, I personally do know a lot of people who have suffered from drug use and alcohol usage in the past, and this kind of cause really speaks to me because of that. And just as I said that, we had a $2 donation from Joshua55 that says, "Did I hear a call for a $2 train?" And that donation went towards the DLC time trial set for this run. So yeah, let's get a $2 train going, you know?
Yeah. Come on. It's something easy to do. And it'll be good for you, and it'll be good for many people. The money will go to LEAD. So let's go LEAD. Let's go $2 trade. We can do this. We can do this. Make me play more Pac-Man. So despite how off track I've gotten with this current route, I really did not mean to do that. I do have S rank in all levels in this game, and S rank means that you are in the top 1% of all players globally. So on every single individual level, I do have an S rank. So I have done a bit of IL grinding for this. Obviously, IL grinding is slightly different than just doing all of the game kind of like we are doing here by just playing through everything all at once. But it is a very fun game. I really do appreciate Pac-Man Championship Edition DX. In the very least, it gives me a excuse to use my brightly flashing keyboard. And if you ever want to play this game, the game modes are quite wonderful as well. There's not just these time trial modes, which obviously makes the most sense in like a speedrun marathon showcase style, since they are short, but there are also score attack modes in this game. There are quite a few courses to go through. There are ghost levels in this game where the score is how large a ghost train you can eat at once. So there's actually, for being a Pac-Man game, there's actually a bit of variety as to what you can do. I'm unfortunately in a little bit of a bad situation with my train that is supposed to be following me being off track, but they have caught back up to me just in time for me to eat all of them. Yummy, yummy Pac Ghost. That is a long train that I've got going there again. Although I have had to use a lot of bombs just to get myself out of danger due to how off track everything got. But I do have some bombs again. You pick up bombs by eating certain ghosts that have a little blue icon inside them. Those bombs can then be used at any time by hitting the spacebar if you're playing on keyboard like I play. And those bombs will just basically reset the position of everything. So obviously getting your PB for an IL, you want everything to go perfectly with ghost patterns and whatnot. But when it comes to actual safety for like a marathon setting of just getting through every single level, it's not terribly difficult due to the fact that you do have bombs. Just in case you get off kilter somehow, you can still keep going. And despite us being at 50 game speed, it's still easy enough to follow the action if you know what you're doing. Just gotta remember that obviously this is Pac-Man and you can go from one side of the screen to the other pretty easily. And that is obviously a big part of the routes that I want to use.
I'm sorry, but the faster it gets and the bigger train that you have of ghosts behind you, the more overwhelming it looks, and I love it.
It can get overwhelming on occasion, but you just got to remember what you're doing, not get too worried. The worst part of it is if there's ever a dropped input, then obviously you really have to work your way through things. But if you don't have any dropped inputs, this game is really fun. And you'll see sometimes that I do seem to go a little out of my way to pick up some extra ghost and add them to the train following me. That is just entirely to eat more ghost, because every ghost you eat, you get a little bit higher speed. So just find that balance act and you can grind away on the ILs just so much. It's a really fun game once you get into it, and it's not that expensive, you know, there's a lot of variety to it. There's a reason why Pac-Man is such a famous character in the day. You know, it's a good game. It's just a good game. And that was a really dropped input that went to an odd location, but this level here, Spiral, the general idea is that we're going to spiral around to find a dot in the center of each spiral to get powered up. And then, oh man, I had some real dropped inputs there. not fun. But I've got 7 bombs. I mean, I can bomb my way out of some dropped inputs for a while. Unfortunately, every time you do use a bomb, you do drop your game speed just a tad, so Pac-Man will move slower. So obviously we never want to have to use a bomb, but if it comes to that, it's not terrible. Wow, that was rough. But yeah, I have just 2 apples left that I need to get to finish this level. And we can do that right now. 237. Good evening, Vidusaurus. Let's go on to Manhattan. So Manhattan is a really fun level in that the dots are hidden behind Ghost constantly. So to get to the dots, we need to get the Ghost to join our chain of Ghost falling behind Pac-Man, and then circle back around to them. So that is the basic routing here for this particular level. And use bombs at different occasions to skip having to actually get a Pac Ghost to join the train, but instead just bombing them out of the way and grabbing the dots behind them. So like that. Instead of actually getting some ghosts to my train, I just use a ton of bombs right there to get my way through. Now what I want is to stay powered up so that I can just kind of keep eating instead of ever having to wait for Ghost to come back. I've got a lot of bombs now. There we go. Got him eaten. And bomb, back to powered up state. And we did not have to deal with getting a lot of Ghost on our chain. That Ghost decided to go the wrong direction. That did lead to me having to use a bomb unnecessarily, and it happened again. So now a bunch of Ghosts that should be just following me directly never got added. So that did make things a bit awkward. But I do have my train set up now. And again, I've got my train set up so that I can just avoid them all, grab the final apple. That was only 2 seconds off my PB for that IL, so that was a really good level. You know what you all should do? You should donate for that level that was only 2 seconds off my ILPB.
You know, speaking of donate, we did get a $20 donation from Drew. It says no comment, but thank you very much. Remember, we still have until the end of this run to get that DLC incentive met. So please get those donations in. Again, just a $2 train will do the trick with everyone here. So get those in.
Yes, please do that. We want to raise money for LEAD. LEAD is an excellent organization. It's a good cause. One thing I do enjoy about this game as well is that basically with every single level we go through, we can get to see different visual styles of Pac-Man. You know, there's been so many iterations of Pac-Man over the years. You get some 3D style, you get different 2D versions of Pac-Man. You know, it's just cool to get a visual history of all the different types of Pac-Man, all the different ways we've played Pac-Man over the years, just in one cool game. This is all the versions of Pac-Man Championship Edition are just love letters to the Pac-Man series as a whole. So just playing all these boards it's really fun. Ooh, that was a big old missed input. It's alright. We only need 3 more apples to finish this board. So get that game speed up there. Eat a lot of ghost. 228. Whoa, 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 whoa. According to the timer there, that was a PB. So,
GG.
we're just
for that amazing
now.
PB.
Getting an IL PB.
How much of a PB was that by?
Good day. Under a second, but I mean ILPB is whenever you grind for ILs, that's under a second is huge. So this is Championship 1. This is one of your more traditional Pac-Man boards in that we don't have chains of Pac-Man, just Pac-Man ghosts following us. Which there was a very interesting video I saw online recently that culturally the Pac-Man ghost, especially to the Japanese designers, they never saw the ghost as appearing as Ghost. They were very clearly what stage monsters should look like, but just with how much people insisted that they looked like Ghost in Western countries that started playing the game, even Capcom themselves refer to the Pac-Man monsters as Pac-Man Ghost nowadays, even though the original creator of Pac-Man probably never had that intention of having them be seen as Ghost. They were probably meant to be just monsters, generalized monsters. Probably didn't expect to get some Pac-Man history and lore. As we play here. But, you know, that's what you get on the SS4C marathons. You always are just up to date with everything. And now I want to know if anyone is going to add that detail into the SS4C video game trivia round. That's coming up later in the marathon. I hope that there is some Pac-Man trivia. Actually, you don't need Pac-Man trivia just to make me happy. You just need Pac-Man trivia to make everyone happy. Who doesn't love Pac-Man? Right? What do you say, Twitch chat? Is there anyone here that does not like Pac-Man? Well, I should probably not ask that.
I mean, who doesn't like Pac-Man? I know I do.
If anyone says they don't like Pac-Man, then we can scream, "Shun, Shun, the non-believer!" I do not know how I was choosing the, this is tripping me out. Okay, I don't know how I did it, but I accidentally changed the visuals, and I was not expecting the visuals to change. So you know what? Since this is going well, we're going to bring in another Capcom classic. This is probably the worst level to do this on, but you can even change the skins in this game.
Dig dug!
Yeah! Oh! Pac-Man snapbacks, yes! I love it. So this is a very cool little level in that the Pac-Man monsters only appear on half of the screen. So all of your routing, we obviously get some very long chains of ghosts to eat, but they all just hang out only on one side of the screen. It's a really fun routing challenge, because you have to take into account, like, okay, everything's only going to appear on one side. What's the best way to try to stay as close to being on one side of the screen as possible?
Do you have a moment for me to read out a donation? We have a $13 donation from non-binary code that simply says waka 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 waka. Give us your best waka waka in the chat, everybody. And meanwhile, you can also donate to the DLC incentive for the time trials at the end of this run. There's $85 left for us to get that incentive met, and only around a little under 25 minutes left of this run. So please get donations in. There's not a lot of time left.
There might be even less than that, because I have really went very fast. I'm getting dangerously close to the end of this run already.
Well, you heard him.
Went very
Clock's
well.
ticking.
You know, not having any levels where you have to restart is good, and having one level that was 2 seconds away from ILPB in 1 second, and another level that was an ILPB, you know, yeah, this has just went very well. All of my bombs used up. I cannot use bombs anymore to cheese my way out of stuff. So I say that, and then I immediately just instinctively try to do it. So go me. There we go. Actually getting these guys to connect to the train now. We've got a little bit of a conga line going, you know. Who doesn't love a good conga line? Oh no, did I I don't think I did. I might have left this on against PB. So... That's interesting. That only makes the run a little more scary here, because if I don't PB now in this particular level, that would mean that I would have to restart. So, although technically I'm doing good enough that I could be very close to that, so. Train is gone. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna PB this one. I don't believe. Get into that. Oh, that definitely stupid. That was silly. I am doing all the cheese strats at the moment to attempt to finish really quickly. But yeah, I will need to exit this one, and I'm not. That was the last flower there. I am not going here. I'll just let the failed screen at least appear. But I obviously played against my PB instead of my actual just general timer for that level, so yeah, failed. We'll call that good enough for now. But actually, you know what? That's the final level of the normal levels. So what's time at currently?
It looks like on my end, time is currently at around 31:16 and counting.
Okay, so I think we'll call that time.
That's time.
Yeah. Because to redo that level would take a bit of time to go through setup. The DLC levels in this game would include maybe showing off One of Darkness, the Mountain level, Big Eater, Championship 3, Highway 2. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't get to see that. But hey, at the end of the day, we still had a good time.
Did, and unfortunately we did not get that incentive met for the DLC levels. But don't worry, there's still a lot of other there's still a lot of other incentives that we can meet for this marathon. Not all has failed. We can still get those donations in for lead. But thank you so much for that amazing performance of Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus Cosmic.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you guys. Remember, stay awesome. Immaculate vibes. Keep watching SS4C.